Hello, it is Saturday, March 2nd, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword today, so we're going to be solving a themeless crossword, our second themeless crossword of the week, and very possibly the most difficult puzzle of the week, full stop. We'll have to find out. It's been, I think, on balance, a relatively approachable week. I think some people had a bit more trouble with yesterday's puzzle, but it's been gentler than average, all things considered, so that might mean we're in for a tricky one today to balance it out. I don't know. Well, let's find out. This potentially tricky edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Casey Brandt, Michael, Aaron Spiller, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster. So thank you so much to the four of them. They're benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they sustain this channel with their direct contributions. I'm very grateful to them for that. If you'd like to support the channel similarly and get access to the bonus videos and the Let's Check the Crosses official mug for benefactors, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find there all of those things I mentioned, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who contributes to the campaign at any level. And thanks as well if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Those things are helpful, as well as are commenting from time to time on the videos, liking the videos. It all helps out, so thanks. And finally, there's the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which you can join via a description field link, so do consider that as well. It's a nice, friendly chat community over there. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Nathan Last, who is experienced New York Times crossword constructor with several dozen crosswords to his name. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. It's a Saturday themeless crossword, we presume. Let's start solving and find out how we do. Performance featuring mask-like Kumadori makeup. Kabuki, maybe? That's my first thought. Let's see if we can confirm or deny that in the downs. Civilization to Freud. Civilization to Freud. My first thought when I see this with a K is the German spelling of culture, or the German word for culture, which is, oops, what am I doing? Sorry, culture, there we go. Kultur, I'm probably not pronouncing that very well. But it's funny that I see this because I was literally just looking at this concept the other day. And I couldn't necessarily tell you, I wasn't reading about it in a Freudian context, so I don't actually really know necessarily what I could tell you other than what it basically means is, human culture, human civilization, but I sort of suspect that's the answer. Let's see if I can get anything else in here. Blank B. Latimer, civil rights activist in the National Women's Hall of Fame. This I'm not sure offhand. What about the next one? They're in circulation. Bills or something to do with money. They're in circulation. Not sure about that either. Here we have over. Well, speaking of German, I mean, that could literally be Uber if it were German, but I don't know. I have any reason to assume that it would be. It wouldn't have the diacritical mark anyway. Scope could be ken. If something's beyond your ken, it's beyond your scope, your capacity. I think that's probably right. Kabuki's looking good. Yield of some scratch-off tickets. Instant win? Yeah, there we go. Okay, some lottery tickets, scratch-off lottery tickets, you find out immediately if you win without waiting for a numbered draw. Okay, placed for some non-starters. Maybe something to do with the B team, people who aren't, starting, who aren't put on the field at the beginning of a match. Oh, bullpen. Is that a baseball term? Maybe. I think that might be a baseball term. It might be used in other sports. I'm not sure, but I think that's probably the answer. Okay, they're in circulation. I'm not seeing it still. Common party store purchase. Balloons. That's what that'll be. Over is a pawn. Okay, yes, that's pretty straightforward. There we go. I mean, if something's physically over something, it could be upon it. Okay, So they're in circulation. Oh, blood cells or something? Blood, um, what am I looking for? Blood arteries is not really what you'd say. Blood, I don't know. I'm sure it's something to do with anatomy, but I just can't think. Bring up. I think this will be an I. Like motion, or it's not going to be that obviously, but I'm just, that sort of word. Section. I can't think. Put forward. Oh, that's funny. What was this? Oh, bring up, put forward. Those are sort of similar concepts. You might apply those in a similar way in a meeting or something. Anyway, put forward. Oh, I don't know. Talk trashed, question mark. Talk trashed. A jeer, maybe? Someone is sort of, you're giving a talk and someone's trashing it. They're jeering at you. I don't know if that's right. Oops. With it. If you're with it, maybe you're hip or hep, maybe, depending on how far back we're going. Let's see. First rate. Oh, bang up. You did a bang up job, a first rate job. Okay, that probably is hip. There we go. Great. So then what about this? Pulpify. To mash something would be to turn it into pulp. And then, to bring something up is to mention it. Of course, there we go. That's fairly straightforward. To put something forward. Oh, no, it's put forward in the past. Yesterday, I put forward this argument. Yesterday, I argued this point, this claim. Okay, great. So, comedian who played Louis the Lilac on Batman. Ooh, I'm not sure. Oh, Berle? Milton Berle, maybe? This would be the 1960s Batman series, which I am... Whoa. Oh, the drilling is starting again. I was trying to wait till I started this video until it had passed, but it looks like it's going. I can't really do anything about it. I'm sorry. It could be going for any amount of time, so there's really no point in waiting. Anyway, probably the 1960s Batman series, which, once again, I must highly recommend. I saw a clip from it on YouTube the other day. It was a sort of roundup of Frank Gerson's role as the Riddler. And I'm still amazed how many people in the comments, or how many people who respond to the 1960s Batman series, say things like, oh, well, it's pretty cheesy because it's old, but it was probably pretty cool back then. I can't stress enough how, if you actually watch the show, it's quite clear the writers and creators of the show were being very tongue-in-cheek and knew exactly how ridiculous they were being. There's absolutely no ambiguity about that at all to me. It was very, very knowing and very worth watching on those terms. Anyway, so that would be Milton Berle. There were a lot of guest stars who, adults at the time would have recognized in those roles. So talk trashed. I'm really sorry about this noise. I just can't do anything about it. Okay, we'll see if I can move through the rest of this crossword quickly. So talk trashed is a slur. So slur. It's a negative. It's an insulting or vulgar thing to say about somebody. I guess is what that's getting at. And then with it is hep. So it is that version of hip. Okay. So what else can we look at? The first word of Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged, I think is how that poem begins. Two roads diverged in a snowy wood, something to that effect. Okay, altar exchange, wedding vows. There we go. That W did all of the work. All right. Furry monster of children's TV would be Elmo. And here we have Doc Blank, pitcher who claimed to have thrown a no-hitter on LSD in 1970. I do not know, unsurprisingly. Currency that replaced the British West African pound. Currency that replaced the Leone maybe, so from Sierra Leone. That's a currency. That's the currency. Let's see if that works. Accessory with a scent. Oh my goodness, this noise. Maybe it's not coming through as badly for you. I can only hope. Hopefully I sound like a maniac talking about this noise all the time, but I suspect it is coming through, and that is a shame. Okay, cute images with captions like, if it fits, I sits. Comic strips? Cute images with... Do not know what that's getting at. Gaga say. Well, it could mean Gaga in the sense of sort of losing your marbles, or it could mean Lady Gaga. I guess it could refer to the Queen song Radio Gaga. Probably not that, I'm pretty sure. Later. Okay, let's keep going. Grazie mille, thank you so much in Italian. Okay, 1,000 thank yous, I guess that is. Accessory with a scent. Oh, I see, it's a lei. It's a Hawaiian flower garland, and it would smell like the flowers that comprise it. Oops. Cute images with captions. Right. What is that? I still don't know. Gaga say. Oh, you're in love. All right. That's a meaning of Gaga that I hadn't listed out. There we go. Okay. And then later. Oh, it's later as in goodbye. That's why it's in quotes, because it means, it's as though you're saying to somebody, later, see ya, bye. That's it. If you're not forward, you're coy. You're a bit reserved, a bit shy, maybe. Doc Ellis, maybe, is the pitcher. It sounds like a name. So, oh, I see. Lolcats. Oh, right. Wow. Haven't heard of this concept in a while. So, right, this is a big thing in the sort of first decade of the 2000s, roughly ish. Cats with sort of intentionally grammatically mangled, sort of cutesy phrases attributed to them. Anyway. Here we have Hava Nagila, Song of Celebration. There we go. Associated with Judaism. And then weather datum could be an hour? I'm not sure. Hail. That's not really a datum, though. That's a weather sort of phenomenon or category. A datum would be a specific piece of information. What is that? Heat? That could be temperature? Yeah, that could be it. Maybe. Let's try this and see. I'm not certain about that. Conversation piece. I'm not sure. I'm going to delete this. I'm not confident about it. Okay, action toys, perhaps. But the sound has stopped. That's a relief, at least for now. What about this? Blank mare will the bonny callants march to war. Nemer will the bonny. So this is Scots or Scottish English. I'm never quite sure where the sort of line between, because there's Scots Gaelic, but then there's also Scottish English, which is more a dialect of English, whereas Scots is sort of the language to itself. Anyway, nay would be never in this context in Scottish. Okay, sister state. Sister state, question mark. What is that? I'm not sure what that is looking for. And, I mean, is it the name of a state that is a woman's name or something, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what this is. Okay, here we have action toys, perhaps. Here we have at once. In a unusual change. Might end with a G. Looks like it might. No, it doesn't. It ends with an S, because fake online followers could be bots. There we go. Increasing phenomenon on the internet. And a conversation piece could be, a soundbite. Okay. So, or soundbite, sorry. I think what that means in this context with this pun, this question mark indicated pun, is a soundbite might be just a little piece of maybe an interview, a political interview or something that was conducted, and you just clip out a little bit of it, and it's a soundbite that then gets played and disseminated. Okay, so weather datum. Okay, it wasn't heat, so didn't put that in. But I still don't see what it is. Oh, high, as in the high temperature, the high and low temperatures on a given day. There we go, that's what it is. Action toys, perhaps, something dogs. What about this? At once, forthwith. There we go. Solve the crossword forthwith. Solve it at once. And sister state, I'm still not sure, but nun, sister, a nun. State. Nunhood, oh, I see. The state of being a sister, the state of being in holy orders. Nunhood, okay, there we go. I don't think I've heard the word nunhood as a noun, but it makes sense. We use hood for that kind of concept. All right, action toys, perhaps. I still don't know. What about this? Put to shame, say, to outshine or to put someone to shame, to outperform? That fits. Let's see if it works. Unusual change. Oh, this doesn't look very good, does it? Neither does this, really. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Okay, this is wrong. But it's probably out something. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. That is what it is. Put to shame, say, outclass. Oh, again, put just as in earlier in this crossword, put could be past tense. So it could be outclassed in the past. Yesterday, she put him to shame. Yesterday, she outclassed him, for instance. Okay, that could be the case. What about unusual change? Something coins. Unusual change. Rare coins. There we go. Something rare would be unusual. So that's it. Okay, bloodstreams are in circulation. That was the word I was looking for, or maybe it was one of the words I was looking for anyway. Stunt dogs, I see, action toys perhaps. So toys as in toy breeds of dog, like Pomeranians or something, but used as stunt dogs in an action film or something. Okay, so then cross is sore. If you're cross, you're irritated, you're angry, you're sore. And pet informally is your fave, your pet in the sense of your favorite, your chosen, your preferred. Play music loudly and energetically to rock something. Play music, rock out. Oh, rock out. I see. Yes, it's playing music in the sense of you playing music with an instrument yourself. You're rocking out. I mean, I guess you could say you're playing a stereo loudly. You're rocking out, but that would more, I think, be about your kind of own movement and reaction rather than the fact that you pressed play or whatever. Okay, so I think this is more about you with an instrument. Fight Club, question mark. I'm not sure what this what we're looking for pun-wise here. It's funny, ace could almost be spelled here, and you could have an ace of clubs, but obviously that too many letters, it's not right, so I'm not sure. Refuge and ark. An ark is a refuge, like Noah's Ark famously was a refuge in that case. But you can also use ark not to refer to a boat in that context. You can refer to an ark as a refuge. Strand. Maroon. Oh, it's a verb. To maroon someone, to strand them on an island, classically. Okay. Fight Club is, a mace. It's a club used to fight. It's a mace. It's a weapon of war for fighting. There we go. Protege maker. I'm assuming this is a vehicle. It just seems like this sounds like, I don't think I know this car, but it sounds like it would be one. So Mazda maybe in the number of letters available. And then many meetings these days would be Zoom meetings. There we go. Video calls. Video conferences. Some vintage roadsters, MGs. That's a class. I'm not around anymore as far as I know. Maybe someone owns that trademark and uses it for something. But yeah, that's a classic car make. Scratch. Doug's. Is that money or? Oh no, dough. Dough, as in, yes, it is money. That is what we're looking for. Scratch, a slang term for money. But it's dough. Do you have any dough? Do you have any scratch? Do you have any moolah? There we go. Like spent briquettes. So this is briquettes of charcoal in a barbecue. So they would be ashy. They're spent. So they're just kind of ashy. They're not useful anymore. If you're having an itch, you're antsy. If you're having an itch to do something, you're antsy. And here we have a schmuck. A schmuck would be a real ass. Someone who's, boorish and rude. Okay, where should we look next? Here we have two crosses. Rapper/singer with the 2005 hit Temperature. Not sure. Here we have clear. We have... I'm not sure about that either. And Blankhorn, British sheep breed. I can't see any of these. We'll have to keep going. Stereotypical campaign promise. I don't know. Stereotypical, I'm not sure. It'll probably be obvious in retrospect. Big name in power tools. Ooh. I'm sure I'll recognize this when I see it. I don't know, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Does, John Deere doesn't make. Oh, sorry. I just noticed this, and I just saw that what I've written is weddings vows. That's not right. It would be wedding vows. How did I just add an S in there? And not did I say that aloud? That would have been a strange thing to say, weddings vows. It's not a phrase. Okay. Altar exchanges. Wedding rings? That makes more sense. That fits in the number of well, what's this? Event of 1/31/2020. Event of January 31st, 2020. This probably isn't the answer. But a thing that did happen, I'm pretty sure, on January 31st, 2020, was the official exit of the UK from the European Union, Brexit. It was voted for in June 2016, but didn't actually happen until this date. That wouldn't fit with rings, though. That's probably not the answer anyway. Let's keep looking around. Like one with a spare tire. So this could either refer to a literal spare tire on an automobile or spare tire, which I think sort of refers to some, a bit of a gut, a bit of a tummy. Let's see. I don't know. Rapper saying, okay, right. I'm not seeing any of these. What? Okay. Oh, right. I got distracted here by the weddings vows thing. So let's keep going. Lease signatory, a renter, presumably. I mean, it's not going to be lessee because we already have lease in the clue. So maybe renter. Let's try that. Later. Oh. Yeah, it's the same clue as 11 down. We had later in quotes. So it's presumably it's another way to say bye, later, goodbye. I'm just not seeing anything here, am I? Event of what? Well, I guess it could be Brexit with that E there if this were a B. Like one with a spare tire. Like one with a spare tire. I'm just not seeing anything here, am I? Clear. Clear. Erase or erased. Clear. Exigent. That doesn't mean anything in this context. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Blank horn, British sheep breed. Have we looked at these short ones? Oh, no, we haven't. Discontinued Mitsubishi sports sedan informally. Sports sedan. I don't know. Mitsubishi sports sedan. I don't know. Connect as a Bluetooth device pair. There we go. That's something I can definitely put in the grid. Oh, Dorset? There's probably a lot of sheep in Dorset. There could be a British sheep breed called the Dorset Horn, maybe. That would make this not renter. Would this work with anything if it were a T? Could be a tenant. Lease, a tenant, renter. It's sort of basically the same idea. Okay, maybe that's it. So Dorset, there we go. Let's try that and see if it works. It's just, it's a region of England where it feels like a place where you'd have sheep. So discontinue. I mean, GTO. I don't think there was a Mitsubishi GTO. There's a Pontiac GTO. Clear. Almost looks like Enigma or something. Oh, goodness. Okay. Like one with a spare tire. If wedding rings were wrong, this could be paunchy. So does that give me anything? Oh, I don't think I read this clue. What Blank Did, classic children's book with insects on the cover. What Katie Did? I don't think I've heard of this, but a katydid is an insect, right? So that would be a good pun for a children's book name. What Katie Did, and there are insects on the cover. I bet that's right. What about this one? What was this? Oh, we haven't. I haven't done this either. I just skipped lots of clues down here. This is ridiculous. Sound often heard doubled. It's the chiding tisk tisk sort of sound. There we go. And then stereotypical campaign promise. Right, maybe this is why I moved on, because I didn't have any really good ideas here. A stereotypical campaign promise would be what? What would you call a stereotypical campaign promise? I cannot think. It's gonna hit me, and it's just gonna be staring me in the face when we have some more crosses. Big name in power tools. I don't know. Later. Oh, ta-ta. Later, ta-ta. That's good. Oh, to stall or something like that. Something like this, maybe. I'm not sure this is actually right. Oh, but that does work with the H. And right. Oh, maybe this is paunchy. What is this? What are the alter exchange? How have I thought of two different seemingly valid answers? I guess wedding's vows was not really valid. Wedding bands. It's the same thing as wedding rings. That's what it is, maybe. What about it is Brexit. Oh, that's funny. Okay, well then what about this? Tax cut is a stereotypical campaign promise. There we go. Okay. Oh, steel. Is it steel? Big name in power tools. I want this to be an L for some reason. Rapper, singer with the... Oh, Sean Paul. That's an artist. Okay, I think this is this. Yeah, okay, good. My vague instincts were sort of pointing me in broadly the right direction. Oh, here's another one I never read. Currency in the Legend of Zelda, rupee. It's, I guess, just inspired by the Indian rupee. And evident, something clear is evident, which much of this section of the puzzle should have been, but for some reason wasn't. Oh, Evo, Mitsubishi Evo. I have actually heard of that car. Oh, that's annoying that I couldn't have brought it to mind earlier. Okay, so that's it. Wow, okay, very tricky at the end. I mean, it was going okay, I think. Started strong with Kabuki out of the gate, and then just sort of slowed down. And then by the end, I was really solving at a crawl down here. Just really struggled with, well, strangely, I struggled, I think, most of all with wedding bands. I think that was actually the most significant contributor to my difficulties in that corner, because I thought I had it. I just slammed it in earlier and thought I had it right, but it was the thing I had made no sense initially, and then even then I corrected it to something that was wrong. So it's just throwing myself off the scent again and again down in that corner. Made my way through the end. I think that has made me slightly unsure how to evaluate the difficulty of this puzzle. I think it was tricky. I mean, I think this was a tricky puzzle. Let me know how you found it. I'm curious to know, especially if you didn't. Well, I guess I'd be curious to know if you did mangle wedding bands like this. But I'd be curious to know if you didn't give yourself that particular handicap, how this puzzle was difficulty-wise. Anyway, there we go. A nice Saturday puzzle. I don't think it was unfair. I think I just struggled a bit with it. And there we have it. I'll be back tomorrow with the much larger puzzle, the Jumbo Sunday themed crossword. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.